Hi, I'm David Manilow. Welcome to Chat Please. I'm here today with chefs Jackie Pfeiffer and Sébastien Canon, the co-founders of the French Pastry School at Kennedy King College. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you.
And so you have won the French ministry's highest honor as a craftsman. You have a James Beard Award for your book, The Art of French Pastry.
Yes.
Alumni have gone on to do all kinds of great stuff. What do you look for in a great pastry chef?
Somebody who is not afraid to fail. Somebody who realizes that a good pastry doesn't mean that it has to be complicated or it has to be made with weird ingredients. And they forget that the classics of pastry are actually what pays the rent.
Sure. So my 11-year-old, his favorite show is Cupcake Wars. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm like, it's like, they're fine, but it's like, it's hardly matters what these things taste like, right? It's just kind of like that somebody's making a dinosaur.
Yes.
Or somebody's making a replica of a skyline.
Yes.
So when you have your students, do you have to kind of like temper their enthusiasm?
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot of new things happening all the time. At the end, it's the classics are the classics, and
right.
you don't want to eat an apple pie that looks like a brownie, or a cookie that it's mixed with two other mix that become whatever crazy name they make up. That works for 2 seconds, on the social media, but after that it doesn't pay the rent, and you'll close down, shut down your business. So
it also, I assume, part of the difference between a pastry chef and maybe a regular chef is, I would guess you have to be really disciplined to be a pastry chef.
Yes, you have to scale each ingredients, you have to follow procedures. You cannot just throw things in a pot and right. Like you see on TV again,
Less improvisation.
Yes,
right.
We calculate, we measure, we count everything, and this requires discipline. That doesn't mean you cannot be creative, but you really have to follow certain procedures.
But there's so many restaurants now. Chicago is the leader of kind of like the avant-garde restaurant movement. Mm-hmm. And so I guess you could understand, is there an avant-garde pastry movement? I don't know if there is.
I hope not. I hope not, because we have enough with the dinosaur cupcakes,
And so what do you both like making? If you had to make one pastry, what do you like making?
I like to go back to making things that are so simple, like an apple pie, or like things that are very crusty, like bread and pound cakes and cookies. Because we competed together for decades. Chocolate sculpture, sugar sculpture, now this is the last thing that we want to talk about. All we want is to work on some brownie or something like this. That's what really excites us.
It excites me too. It's like, if I were starting out at home and I want to just do it without taking your classes and I want to make something and I'm a total novice, what should my progression be? What should I start out with?
It's difficult, Nobody wants to follow rules. But you would start with very basic things, like a pastry, cream, custard. You would do a cookie, you would do a pound cake, or then you would move on to maybe do tarts. And it's actually the perfect understanding of stupidest recipes, like cookies or brownies or pound cake. And once you master those and you understand why you actually make them well, right. Then that's it. You actually don't need the book anymore.
Gentlemen, thank you so much, chefs.
Thank you.
I learned something, and thank you for joining us on Chat Please.